Close your eyes for exactly 1 second. 1 single second. Now open them. In that moment, that unremarkable, forgettable sliver of time, you did nothing. Perhaps you blinked. Perhaps you breathed. Perhaps your heart beat once. But 13.8 billion years ago, in 1 second exactly that long, the universe built everything. Every law of physics. Every force of nature. Every atom that would ever form every star, every planet, every ocean, every living thing that has ever drawn breath anywhere in the cosmos. 1 second. And we almost did not exist at all. Imagine standing at the edge of nothing. Not darkness. Darkness is something. Not cold. Cold is something. Pure. Absolute. Mathematical nothing. No space. No time. No distance between one point and another, because points themselves do not exist yet. This is where our story begins. Not with wonder. Not with beauty. With a silence so complete it is indistinguishable from impossibility. And then, without warning, without cause that any equation has yet explained, reality switches on. What follows is not a gentle dawn. It is the most violent event in the history of existence. A singularity, the same state of infinite density and infinite gravity that lies at the heart of a black hole, explodes outward, not into space, but as space. The universe is not born inside something. It is the something. It creates its own stage as it performs. Temperature, 10 to the power of 32 degrees. A number so large it means nothing to human intuition. Every force of nature, gravity, electromagnetism, the nuclear forces that hold atoms together, exist as a single unified roar of energy. Physics has no separate laws yet. Reality has not decided what it wants to be. It is deciding. Right now. In this first impossible second. In the first fraction of that second, a span of time so small that written out it would be a decimal point followed by 42 zeros before you reach the 1, gravity tears itself away from the other forces. It is the first divorce in history. The first moment the universe develops distinct rules. And that separation matters more than anything that has happened since, because without gravity, matter can never clump together. Without gravity, there are no stars, no galaxies, no planets, no you. Then, at around 1 trillionth of a second in, something happens that staggers physicists even today. The universe inflates. Not slowly. Not gradually. Space itself stretches faster than the speed of light, and Einstein's theory of general relativity permits this, because it is not matter moving through space. It is space itself that expands. In an unimaginably brief window, the universe grows from something smaller than a proton to something the size of a grapefruit. Then keeps going. Doubling. Doubling again. Doubling dozens of times in succession. This is cosmic inflation. And buried inside it is perhaps the most stunning truth in all of astrophysics. Quantum fluctuations, tiny, random tremors of energy at the subatomic level, get stretched across the entire sky during inflation. Ripples smaller than atoms become variations that span millions of light years. Those variations in density become the seeds of everything. Every galaxy cluster you see in a deep space image. Every filament of the cosmic web. Every supermassive black hole anchoring the heart of every galaxy in the observable universe, including the 4 million solar mass giant at the center of our own Milky Way, all of it traces back to a quantum whisper that occurred before the universe was 1 second old. You are not just made of stardust. You are made from the echo of a tremor born before stars were even possible. By the time 1 full second has elapsed, the universe has cooled enough for protons and neutrons to stabilize. The building blocks of atoms, and therefore all matter as we know it, lock into existence. But the universe remains opaque. Blinding from within. Light cannot travel freely. Photons ricochet off charged particles in every direction, trapped in an endless storm of radiation and infant matter. Imagine being inside the hottest, densest fog imaginable. A fog that fills all of space. A fog that is space. No view. No horizon. No astronomy to speak of, because light itself is a prisoner. This continues for 380,000 years. Then, finally, the universe cools enough for electrons to bind to protons. Hydrogen atoms form for the first time. And in that moment, the fog lifts. Light breaks free and floods across space in every direction simultaneously. The first sunrise in the history of the cosmos. Not over a horizon, but over everything, everywhere, all at once. We can still detect that light today. It has been traveling for 13.8 billion years. It fills the entire sky in every direction, stretched by cosmic expansion into microwave frequencies invisible to the naked eye. Scientists call it the cosmic microwave background. NASA and space agencies around the world have mapped it with extraordinary precision. And when they look at it, they see those original quantum ripples, the fingerprints of inflation, imprinted across the oldest light in existence. A photograph of the universe when it was less than 400,000 years old. A baby picture of reality itself. But here is where the story takes a turn that no telescope has yet resolved. We know what happened after the first second with remarkable confidence. We have the mathematics. We have the observations. We have particle accelerators that recreate conditions from microseconds after the Big Bang, smashing protons together at nearly the speed of light to watch what emerges. What we cannot explain, what sits at the absolute boundary of human knowledge like a wall with no door, is the singularity itself. The moment of zero. Einstein's general relativity, the most precisely tested theory in the history of science, predicts that at T0, density becomes infinite. Temperature becomes infinite. The curvature of spacetime becomes infinite. And when something becomes infinite in a physical equation, it means one thing: the equation has broken. The theory has reached its own event horizon. Beyond it, our mathematics cannot see. Quantum mechanics does not rescue us here. It breaks down at the same threshold, for different reasons. The two greatest pillars of modern physics, the framework governing the very large and the framework governing the very small, collapse simultaneously when asked to describe the first instant of the universe. We are left with a question engraved in the foundation of all science. What was the singularity? Did time truly begin there? Or does it extend backward into something our universe cannot access? Was the Big Bang the first event, or was it a transition, a bounce from a previous state, a collision of dimensions, a quantum tunneling event from true nothingness into existence? Some cosmologists propose that our universe is one bubble in an infinite sea of universes, each born from its own singularity, each with its own physical laws, each unobservable from any other. A multiverse so vast that the word vast no longer carries meaning. Others suggest that time itself is an emergent property, that it did not exist before the Big Bang the way space did not exist before inflation. That asking what came before the universe is like asking what lies south of the South Pole. The question sounds valid. The answer may simply be that it is not. We have built telescopes and launched them beyond our atmosphere. We have listened to gravitational waves, ripples in spacetime itself, generated by colliding black holes a billion light-years away. We have peered back to within a few 100 million years of the Big Bang and watched the first stars ignite in a universe that had known only darkness. And still, that first second guards its deepest secrets absolutely. Every answer we find is a corridor leading to a room with more locked doors. Every discovery reveals the edges of a mystery larger than the one before it. The universe is not running out of questions. It is only just beginning to ask them. And perhaps that is the most profound truth hidden inside the first second of creation. Not that everything began, but that the beginning itself remains beautifully, terrifyingly, magnificently unknown. If this universe has edges, we have not found them. If existence has a reason, it has not told us yet. We did not find the universe. The universe made us to wonder about itself.